Okay, so guys, I'm actually recording this on the Thursday currently. The reason I'm doing it a little bit earlier, I usually record it at the end of the Friday, pretty much as the market is coming to a close and there are no more trades for the week. The reason I'm doing this on the Thursday instead of the Friday is because it's my girlfriend's birthday tomorrow and we're doing stuff pretty much the entire day. So tomorrow will be a non-trading day for me, basically. So I'm basically calling this the end of the week for me at the moment. It's currently 1 p.m. on the Thursday. We do actually have news in about 30 minutes time, but I haven't actually taken any trades. Now, the reason I haven't taken any trades, or why I've been looking for them, there haven't been any really setups. It's been quite a quiet week actually, but I've actually been in London for most of the week from Tuesday to just a couple of hours ago. I just came home. And the reason being is an anniversary and also was celebrating her birthday a little bit as well. So we went up to Shard, went around London, had a great old time, had dinner, stayed there a couple of nights. It was great fun. So that's basically what it is. It was just a little bit of time off for me instead of this non-stop trading. But obviously I did bring my laptop actually, and I was still looking at the charts every so often in the evening on the 4-hour time frame, but there were just simply no setups basically for me. So let's go onto the chart here and I'll explain to you what I'm expecting next and also something I've changed in my trading plan also. So here we are, as you can see my list on the right hand side for you just here. This is the section I trade. And we'll start as always on Euro US dollar. Now let's go quickly over the daily picture once again. I am expecting, if you're new to this channel, I'm expecting a big push up like so, breaking this top for this move up. That's very simply what I'm expecting in the bigger picture. Now, if we go down to the 4-hour, is it likely it could be happening now? Well, it could be. But I mean, at the moment, it's quite slow and messy, so it might be ready for one more drop, but we have to really wait and see. We're definitely still only looking for buys at the moment. So what am I currently expecting next? Well, this is my last impulsive push up. And what I'm essentially expecting is this to break this top one more time, maybe come down and give some sort of running flat or something like so for more upside. Now, this could then just be some sort of bigger corrective structure, but then one more down, basically, like so. And then after that, we could get the up we've been actually wanting. Because of how slow this is moving, I doubt this is actually ready to go all the way to the upside where we're targeting. So, very simply, I'm expecting one more up to break this last top. Then after that, I'm expecting some sort of sharp move down before we get any more upside after that. So, after that point in time, definitely be looking for buys in this area and potentially even sells if the opportunity does arise for me. Now let's move on to the next pair, which is pound yen. Now this one, as you guys know, if you were here last week with me, I was actually in a sell from around this level, I believe it was, with a stop loss just here. Now I got out taken out break even just here, and the reason for that is because it was moving quite messy at the point in time. And it still is moving very, very messy, and it's not what I would want to see if I was selling this. If you guys know about the pound yen also, the swaps of selling it are quite bad. So I was actually paying quite a lot in fees every single day I was holding it. And this has been going on now for, let's see, 13th, almost 2 weeks now, actually. It's been going on for 2 weeks, just this little period of time. So this would have cost me a lot of money just to be holding the sells. So I would have had to keep moving my stop loss further and further down anyway, just to stay break even, basically. But at the moment, it is a crazy mess. What we could be seeing is this could still be doing what I thought, and it could do something like so for more downside. But I'm not really sure, to be honest, because of how messy this is moving. It could go any direction. So I'm sort of just staying back a little bit and letting to see what it really does. But obviously, the sells could keep coming, but it would just be very messy if it does. So overall, I'm still looking to sell it. But I mean, from this current level, not really any chance for me to do so, basically. Moving on to the next one. Now, here's a little surprise. I'll actually skip this one really quickly. US dollar, Swiss franc. Now, if you were here previous weeks, you'll know this pair is a pain in my behind, is the nicest way to say it. And basically, I'm going to get rid of it. Here it is. Delete, removed. So I'm not longer trading that pair. Very simply, I've swapped it out for the Euro Australian dollar. Now, I know I said before I was looking at major pairs only, and this obviously is not a major pair. This is what's clarified as a minor pair, but it is still quite a solid pair to trade, and it's quite easy to, it seems, predict at the moment. And it also is quite, I mean, important currencies at the same time. So what I'm basically expecting, if we go on the daily, because I've never covered this on daily, what I'm basically expecting is this corrective structure for one more up to break this top. That's what I'm looking for at the moment. Now, if that comes from where it is now, it could do. If we go back to the 4 hour, this is technically ready, and it could just keep climbing to the upside and break this top, and that would have been fine. I would have missed this trade because I wasn't really in it at the point in time. But I am seeing another possibility for this down. We could get another one down, just extending this last leg a little bit more before we actually get that up move we're wanting. Now, this is obviously what I would prefer because I've came to this pair a little bit late. So anywhere in these areas, actually, I will be looking to sell it. If it gives me a indication that sellers are in the market, I will be taking it. But then again, I have to manage the trade because let's say this comes up like so, gives me a sell setup. I get in the market with my stop just here. Then let's say this starts falling. That'll be good for me. But then let's say it starts moving slowly like it did on the pound yen over here, like it did on the pound yen. I would then want to close it because this is showing me this is actually ready for more upside. Now, if this instead just goes up, I enter and sell it, stop above here, and it goes sharply down and doesn't give really any slow corrective structure, I'll definitely be staying into it and riding it one more down before any upside, essentially. So at the moment, short-term sells is definitely what I'll be looking for, but I will have to be managing it very, very carefully. Now, last but not least, probably a lot of your favorites actually, is gold US dollar. Now, I've been saying over and over again, keeps reaching all-time highs. I don't personally see a point of selling it at all-time highs. No, not selling it, buying it at all-time highs. I'd only be looking interested in selling it. So we have actually got the last top broken very, very slightly just here. And we did get a sharp move down, which is obviously what we've been looking for a very long period of time now. So this is our last sharp move down. Now, I would like it to see break of some sort of structure. Now, if it does keep falling down and then gives me a slow move to the upside, then I'll definitely be looking to sell that for more downside. Now, obviously, it has to give me this before I look to sell it. If it just goes like this and then goes like that, I will not be jumping in the sells because that is clearly showing me the buyers are in the market and it's moving it very, very rapidly, essentially. So yeah, guys, like I said, I didn't actually take any trades in the FTMO account. I could show you it, but I don't really see a point because it hasn't changed since last week. It is still, I believe, 1.2% up on the account at the moment. But yeah, like I said, the obviously big change that I've made is that I'm now swapping US dollar, Swiss franc out for the euro Australian dollar. Now, this was done with lots of consideration, discussed it with a couple of people, and the reason I came to it is very simply, Swiss pairs are pretty hard to trade in, they're pretty complex, but on top of that, the US dollar is also, during this period of time, pretty awful, as we can see it on many, many dollar pairs, basically. So I didn't really see a point of keeping it, so instead of swapping out to a pair that will move a lot more nicely for me, and actually potentially will give me more setups in the future. Now, I apologize, it's quite a short one this week. Obviously, I would have covered any trades I took if I took any, but there weren't any. Pretty dry week, but that's completely fine. Next week, we do have a lot more news, and it is obviously the end of the month this week, so there might be some manipulation on the close on Friday, so do be very careful for that. But next week, we do have NFP actually, and then I'll be going back to work also on that week, which is a bit upsetting, but that is life, and that is the reality until I make it as a full-time trader. Now, I really hope you had an amazing trading week, and if you didn't, that's completely fine, as long as you stuck to your rules, stuck to your plan, and basically didn't get emotional and frustrated with yourself, revenge trade. Those are the key things you need to be ticking off every single week to make sure you're keeping your head in the game and making sure you can do this in the long run, because it's a marathon, not a sprint. All the get-rich-quick schemes out there of trading are completely lying, and they're just false information to try to get your money to buy their courses. So please don't fall for it. Stick with the hard work. You've got this, just like I believe that I've got this if I keep doing what I'm doing. Now, thank you very much for watching. I strongly do appreciate you stopping by. Leave a like on the video if you liked it. I really do appreciate all the support and all the lovely messages I get every single week. It means the absolute world to me. Subscribe if you're new. And yeah, I'll see you next Sunday for the next update of my FTMO challenge.